For millions and millions of years, the oceans were ruled by a predator of almost unbelievable size and power. We're talking about the largest shark that ever lived, a true titan of the deep. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Otatus megalodon, its rise to the absolute top of the food chain, and, the dramatic global changes that brought its entire reign to a sudden end.
Okay, so first things first. How in the world do we even know what a creature that's been extinct for over 3 million years actually looked like? Well, it all comes down to the incredible clues it left behind for us. To get a real sense of scale, just look at this. An average human, right, we're less than 2 meters tall. A really big great white shark, a true monster today, might hit 6 meters. But Megalodon, it just dwarfed them. We're talking a staggering 18 meters, or about 60 feet. That is literally 3 times longer than the biggest great whites. It was, simply put, a monster. And the name Megalodon, well, it literally means big tooth. And believe me, that is no exaggeration. You see, a shark's skeleton is made of cartilage, which almost never survives to become a fossil. So the main reason we know this creature even existed is from the thousands upon thousands of its colossal teeth that we found scattered all across the globe. And when we say big tooth, we are not kidding. The largest teeth ever discovered are over 18 centimeters long. That's bigger than my hand, probably bigger than your hand. These amazing fossils are the primary keys scientists use to piece together the sheer size and power of this ancient behemoth. Of course, a creature this huge wasn't just big for the sake of it, no. It was equipped with a weapon that made it one of the most terrifying predators in the entire history of Earth. We're talking about a bite force that is in a completely different league. Seriously, forget T-Rex, forget any predator you can think of today. Megalodon's jaw strength was on another level entirely. So let's put this into perspective. A great white shark, right, a famously powerful hunter, has a bite force of about 18,000 newtons. The legendary T-Rex? It could clamp down with around 35,000 newtons of force. Pretty impressive, yeah? Well, just wait. And now, here it is. Megalodon's estimated bite force was over 182,000 newtons. That is more than 5 times the power of a T-Rex and 10 times that of a great white. It could have crushed the skull of a whale as easily as you or I would bite into an apple. Just think about that.
So, what do you even do with that kind of insane power? Well, you hunt the biggest, baddest prey in the entire ocean. And for Megalodon, the main course on the menu was whales. Megalodon sat at the absolute, undisputed top of the marine food chain. Its diet was basically anything it wanted: seals, other sharks, giant fish, and most importantly, whales. We have fossil evidence that confirms it was regularly hunting the ancestors of today's sperm whales and baleen whales. And it was a brutally efficient hunter. We know from fossilized whale bones that have Megalodon bite marks on them, that it had a clear strategy. It would often rocket up from the deep to ambush its prey, first biting off the whale's powerful flippers and tail. The goal was to immobilize it. Once the whale was helpless, Megalodon would move in and deliver that final, crushing bite to the chest. So for nearly 20 million years, Megalodon was the undisputed king of the seas. Which begs the question, how could a creature this powerful, this dominant, just disappear? The answer isn't a bigger predator. It was a changing world. I mean, Megalodon had an unbelievably long run, ruling the oceans for almost 20 million years. But then, around 5 million years ago, its world started to shift. The planet began a long, slow cooling period that would ultimately seal this titan's fate. It was just this devastating chain reaction. As the planet cooled, huge amounts of water got locked up in the polar ice caps. This made sea levels drop, which destroyed the warm, shallow coastal waters that Megalodon used as nurseries for its young. And at the very same time, its main food source, those giant whales, they adapted. They migrated to the new, nutrient-rich but freezing polar waters where a warm water shark like Megalodon just couldn't follow. This quote from the Natural History Museum in London really sums it up perfectly. Megalodon was, in essence, trapped. It desperately needed those warm tropical waters to survive, but its food had moved to the poles. The shark that had once dominated the entire planet was left to starve in a cooling, emptying sea. So, in the end, even the most powerful predator in history couldn't outrun climate change. It's a really powerful reminder that no rain, no matter how dominant, is permanent when the world itself transforms. And that leaves us with a fascinating final question. As our oceans continue to change today, what new titans might be rising, and which ones might be falling?